everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. I'm so excited to have you here with me. This March, I've delved into some truly fascinating books, and I can't wait to share them with you. We have a diverse selection, ranging from profound novels exploring deep themes to captivating classics that have stood the test of time. While I won't dive into the details just yet, rest assured each book has something special to offer. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of your favorite drink, and let's embark on this literary journey together. Stay tuned as we explore these compelling reads. Certainly. Let's dive into the first book, Book-Loving by Toni Morrison. This novel is a masterpiece of American literature, exploring the haunting legacy of slavery in the United States. The story centers around Sethe, a formerly enslaved woman, and her struggles to come to terms with a haunting past. Living in a house occupied by the spirit of her deceased daughter, Set's world is changed when a mysterious young woman named Beloved appears. The novel intricately weaves themes of memory, loss, and the enduring impact of trauma, while delving into the emotional and psychological scars left by slavery. Morrison's rich poetic language captures the depth of her characters' experiences, creating a deeply moving narrative about the power of love, identity, and redemption. Absolutely. Now, let's delve into my impressions of reading Book-Loving by Toni Morrison. This book was a profound and emotional experience for me. Morrison's writing is both haunting and beautiful, drawing you deeply into the characters' lives and their struggles. I was particularly moved by how she portrays the complex impact of past trauma on present life and relationships. Set's journey toward confronting her past and seeking redemption resonated deeply, illustrating the resilience of the human spirit amidst unimaginable pain. The presence of Beloved as a character was both mysterious and symbolic, reflecting the inescapable nature of memory and loss. This novel challenged me to reflect deeply on themes of forgiveness, the haunting legacy of slavery, and the power of maternal love. It's truly a book that stays with you long after you turn the last page, sparking conversations and thoughts about history and humanity. What are your thoughts on it? I'd love to hear your perspectives. Certainly. Let's explore the next book, Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. This influential novel was published in 1852 and played a significant role in shaping public opinion on slavery in America. The story is set in the 19th century American South and follows the life of Uncle Tom, a dignified and pious black slave. Initially living under a benevolent master, Tom's life takes a dramatic turn when he is sold to a plantation owner with an unscrupulous reputation. As Tom endures the harsh realities of slavery, the novel highlights the moral and human costs of this institution. Through its vivid narrative, Stowe presents a variety of characters, both enslaved and free, illustrating the widespread impact of slavery on individuals and society. Uncle Tom's Cabin became a bestseller and fueled the abolitionist movement, emphasizing the importance of empathy, justice, and equality. Certainly. Now, let's dive into my impressions of reading Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. This novel was incredibly impactful, both emotionally and intellectually. Kato's ability to humanize the plight of enslaved people was powerful, shedding light on the grave injustices and hardships they faced. I was struck by Uncle Tom's unwavering faith and kindness despite enduring such harsh treatment. His character serves as a moral beacon, highlighting the cruelty of a system that dehumanizes individuals. The diverse range of characters give a broad perspective on how slavery affected everyone differently, which emphasized its pervasive inhumanity. The emotional depth and vivid storytelling made me reflect on the historical and moral implications of slavery and the importance of empathy and justice. It's a book that has remained with me, opening my eyes to the power of literature to inspire change and social progress. What are your thoughts on this influential novel? Of course. Let's dive into our third book, The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. This classic play is a lively comedy that explores themes of marriage, gender roles, and societal expectations. Set in Padua, Italy, the story revolves around the courtship of Petruchio and Katharina, the shrew of the title. Katharina is known for her sharp tongue and fierce independence, traits that make her an undesirable match in the eyes of many. However, Petruchio takes on the challenge to tame her and win her hand in marriage. The subplot involves Katharina's younger, more demure sister Bianca, whose suitors must wait for Katharina to marry first. Through witty dialogue and clever scenarios, Shakespeare humorously navigates the complexities of relationships and the societal norms of the time. The play raises intriguing questions about conformity, submission, and the nature of love. Hello! Uncle Tom's Cabin is indeed well known beyond the United States. While it holds particular historical significance in America due to its influence on the abolitionist movement, the novel has been translated into numerous languages and has reached a global audience. Its themes of empathy, justice, and the human impact of slavery resonate with readers worldwide. The book's powerful narrative and its role in sparking discussions about morality and human rights have made it a vital part of literary history across the globe. Have you come across any unique perspectives or discussions about the novel in your readings or interactions? I'd love to hear about them. It's fascinating how literature transcends borders, isn't it? Speaking of global impact, I've also noticed how Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude captures universal themes of love, power, and legacy. Hello! The Taming of the Shrew is indeed a complex and intriguing play. Shakespeare explored themes of gender roles, power dynamics, and societal expectations within marriage. The play is often seen as a commentary on the roles women were expected to play in Elizabethan society. Through the transformation of Katharina, Shakespeare may have been questioning or satirizing these expectations. It's also possible that he was simply reflecting the norms of his time, while allowing audiences to debate and interpret the characters' actions and motivations. The comedic elements serve to both entertain and provoke thought about relationships and the nature of conformity. The play leaves room for many interpretations, which is part of what makes it so enduring and fascinating. What are your thoughts on the dynamics between Katharina and Petruchio? I'd love to hear your perspective. Speaking of interpretations, it's interesting how different productions of Shakespeare's plays can vary. Directors and actors often bring their own perspectives, emphasizing certain themes over others. The Taming of the Shrew, for example, can be staged as a straightforward comedy or as a more critical exploration of patriarchy. This flexibility is part of what keeps Shakespeare's work so alive and relevant today. Have you seen any unique or memorable adaptations of Shakespeare's plays that left a lasting impression? I'd love to hear about them and how they might have changed your view of the original text. Certainly. Now, let's dive into my impressions of reading The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. This play is a delightful romp through the complexities of relationships and societal norms. I was captivated by Shakespeare's witty and dynamic dialogue, which brings the characters and their interactions to life. Katerina, as the titular shrew, intrigued me with her fierce independence and sharp wit. Petruchio's methods of taming her were both humorous and thought-provoking, prompting reflections on gender roles and expectations. The comedic elements, including the humorous subplots and lively exchanges, kept me entertained throughout. However, it also encouraged me to consider the underlying themes of power dynamics within relationships. This timeless comedy showcases Shakespeare's genius in blending humor with deeper societal commentary. It's a play that continues to spark discussions about law, identity, and personal transformation. What are your thoughts on this classic? I'd love to hear your perspectives. Certainly. Let's explore the fourth book, The Handmaid's Tale, by Margaret Atwood. This novel is a gripping dystopian tale set in the totalitarian society of Gilead, where women have lost all their rights and are subjugated by a patriarchal regime. The story follows Offred, handmaid whose sole purpose is to bear children for the ruling class. Through her eyes, we witness the oppressive structures of Gilead, where women are stripped of individuality and freedom. The novel explores themes of power, control, and resistance, as Offred navigates a world that constantly seeks to control her body and mind. Atwood's narrative is chillingly realistic, highlighting issues of gender, autonomy, and the dangers of unchecked authority. Her powerful storytelling and vivid depiction of a dystopian society raise important questions about women's rights and autonomy, making it both a cautionary tale and a compelling read. Absolutely. Now, let's dive into my impressions of reading The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This novel left a profound impact on me with its chilling portrayal of a dystopian society. Atwood's writing is both powerful and haunting, drawing readers into the harsh realities faced by Offred and other women in Gilead. The oppressive atmosphere and the dehumanizing treatment of women were unsettling, yet incredibly thought-provoking. I was struck by Atwood's ability to weave a narrative that felt simultaneously foreign and eerily possible. The themes of power, autonomy, and resistance resonated deeply, highlighting the importance of vigilance in protecting rights and freedom. Offred's inner strength and small acts of rebellion offered a glimmer of hope amidst despair. This compelling tale challenges readers to reflect on contemporary issues of gender equality and human rights, making it a truly unforgettable read. What are your thoughts on this powerful novel? Certainly. Let's explore the fifth book of All of Mundas by Sir Arthur Charles Clarke. This science fiction novel is a thrilling tale set in a future where lunar tourism is a reality. The story follows the crew and passengers of the spaceship Selene, which becomes trapped beneath the moon's surface dust during a sightseeing tour. With time running out and the oxygen supply dwindling, rescue efforts are launched to save the people on board. Clark masterfully combines scientific accuracy with suspense, exploring themes of human ingenuity and survival. Through detailed descriptions and engaging characters, he paints a vivid picture of life on the moon, capturing the challenges and wonders of space exploration. The novel highlights the resilience and courage of humans when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, making it a gripping and enthralling read for science fiction enthusiasts. Hello! When The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood was first released in 1985, it received widespread acclaim and sparked significant discussion. Critics and readers were impressed by Atwood's imaginative yet chilling depiction of a dystopian society, as well as her exploration of themes like gender roles, power, and autonomy. The novel was praised for its stock of vivid prose and complex characters, particularly the protagonist, Fred. It generated conversations about women's rights, political power, and societal control, resonating with readers who saw parallels to real-world issues. The Handmaid's Tale quickly became a bestseller and has since remained a staple in discussions about feminist literature and dystopian fiction. Its impact upon release set the stage for its enduring influence and relevance. Have you come across any particular reviews or discussions from that time that stood out to you? It's fascinating how dystopian novels like The Handmaid's Tale continue to capture our imaginations and provoke thought. Speaking of dystopian fiction, have you ever considered how these stories often reflect societal anxieties? From Orwell's 1984 to Huxley's Brave New World, each narrative mirrors concerns about governmental control, technology, or societal changes. Hello! In A Fall of Moondust, the composite demeanor of the upper-class passengers might indeed reflect certain stereotypes or ideals of the time regarding the upper class. During the mid-20th century, when the book was published, there was often a cultural expectation for those in higher social classes to remain calm and collected, even in times of crisis. This behavior was often associated with dignity, control, and leadership. Clark may have used this depiction to highlight contrasts in how different social classes respond to danger and uncertainty, thereby adding an additional layer of tension and character exploration to the narrative. Have you noticed this kind of portrayal in other works from the same era? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. It's interesting to think about how class expectations are portrayed in literature and how they evolve over time. For instance, during the Titanic disaster, accounts often highlight the composed nature of the upper-class passengers, reflecting societal norms of the early 20th century. This portrayal can be seen as a way to emphasize class differences or as a narrative tool to explore character resilience. In literature, these depictions encourage us to question societal roles and human behavior under stress. It's always fascinating to see how art imitates life and vice versa. Have you ever noticed similar themes in other novels or films? Certainly. Now, let's dive into my impressions of reading A Fall of Moondust by Sir Arthur Charles Clarke. The novel is a captivating blend of scientific realism and suspenseful storytelling. Clark's attention to detail in depicting lunar environments and the technical aspects of space rescue operations truly impressed me. I found myself on the edge of my seat, eagerly turning pages to see how the stranded passengers and crew would survive. The characters' resourcefulness and resilience in the face of danger highlighted the indomitable human spirit. Clark's ability to create tension through both physical and psychological challenges made the story both thrilling and thought-provoking. Overall, it's a testament to Clark's skill in inspiring wonder and excitement about space exploration, while weaving a narrative that's both engaging and intellectually stimulating. What did you think of Clark's portrayal of lunar adventure and human ingenuity? Thank you all for joining me in exploring the books I read in March. It's been a wonderful journey diving into these diverse and captivating stories. But the fun doesn't stop here. Up next, we'll shift gears to a more relaxed format with a casual chat session. Feel free to grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into some fun discussions. Whether it's about books, life, or any other interests you might have, I'm looking forward to connecting and exchanging thoughts with you all. So stick around, and let's have a delightful time together. As we've explored these fascinating books, I've been thinking about how stories can transport us to different worlds and introduce us to new perspectives. Reading is like having a conversation across time and space, connecting us with authors and characters who challenge our ways of thinking and help us understand the world and ourselves. It's incredible how well-crafted narrative can evoke such deep emotions and provoke thought long after we've turned the last page. Speaking of which, what's a book that has left a lasting impression on you? There are so many incredible stories out there, each with a unique way of shaping our views and enriching our lives. Whether it's the imaginative worlds of science fiction, the profound insights of literary fiction, or the heart-pounding excitement of a thriller, there's always something new to discover. I'm excited to hear your thoughts and recommendations. Let's keep this love for stories alive and ever-growing. Considering the magic of storytelling, it reminds me of how a simple tale can unite us through shared human experiences. Take myths and folktales for instance, stories passed down through generations that carry the wisdom, values, and dreams of their cultures. These narratives often tackle fundamental human challenges, like love, courage, and sacrifice, and are intriguing because they resonate globally across diverse societies. Whether we're journeying through epic adventures or intimate character studies, literature can spark empathy and nurture a deeper understanding of our world. What's a cultural story or myth that has captured your heart? Let's celebrate the universality and diversity in our storytelling. Speaking of captivating stories and the ability of literature to transport us to different times and places, it brings me back to the book we discussed earlier, right? This novel, set against the backdrop of the years leading up to World War II, was truly a fascinating read for me. It seamlessly weaves together the real-life aspirations and courage of two pioneering pilots, one from America and one from Japan, both vying to be the first to fly around the world. I was captivated by the way brought these characters to life, filling them with such determination and courage. It's not just a flight journey, it's a narrative about breaking societal and historical barriers. Despite knowing it's a fiction, realizing that these tales are intertwined with real events added a layer of depth to the story. The novel successfully conveys the thrill and danger of aviation during that era, and I often found myself on the edge of my seat, eagerly turning pages to find out what would happen next. What particularly stands out is how the narrative doesn't shy away from exploring the tensions of the time, reflecting on the ambitions clashing against the backdrop of looming war. The nuances of these tensions, coupled with the individual motivations and backgrounds of the characters, made for a compelling narrative. It was impossible not to root for these pioneers of aviation. The vivid descriptions allowed me to visualize the aircraft soaring through the skies and to feel the characters' struggles and triumphs. It's a book that not only entertains but also educates, prompting readers to further explore the rich historical contexts and stories that inspired its creation. This blending of fact and fiction reminded me of the power literature holds to illuminate the past, offer insights into human nature, and inspire new interests. Have any of you read books that have similarly transported you and left you thinking long after you finished them? I'd love to hear about them and continue this celebration of stories that resonate across time and cultures. When we speak of the power of literature, it reminds me of how these stories can bridge gaps between people, places, and times. Literature is not just about words on a page, it's about the emotions, plots, and insights those words evoke. Whether we're diving into the complex worlds of Tolstoy, the existential explorations of Kafka, or the whimsical wonders of Lewis Carroll, each story offers a unique window into the human experience. Through books, we can explore unfamiliar cultures, tackle difficult questions, and step into the shoes of characters whose lives differ greatly from our own. This transformative power of literature offers us empathy and understanding, fostering connections across divides and enriching our perspectives. What books have opened your eyes to new worlds or ways of thinking? I'm eager to explore them with you. Jumping from the broader power of literature, let's dive into a specific book that embodies these ideals by. This book was truly an eye-opener for me, as it tackles profound societal issues through the lens of juvenile delinquency and intellectual disabilities. Having been deeply moved by the manga adaptation, I felt compelled to read the original work, and it did not disappoint. With his background as a psychiatrist, sheds light on the unsettling reality that some youths in juvenile detention don't even grasp the concept of wrongdoing due to cognitive limitations. As I delved into the book, I was struck by the critical nature of recognizing and addressing these issues beyond the walls of juvenile facilities. The stark examples and observations shared by me reflect on how society often fails to identify and support these kids early on. Schools and communities sometimes label them as merely troublesome or lazy, overlooking the underlying cognitive challenges. This lack of understanding can lead these young individuals down a path of ostracization and frustration, ultimately fueling cycles of bullying and crime. This call for a more inclusive approach resonated deeply with me. The book nudges us to consider a more holistic societal response, involving not just educators, but also parents, neighbors, and peers. The idea is to foster an environment where knowledge about intellectual disabilities is widespread, leading to better support systems and acceptance. Writing not only informed me about a critical social issue, but also inspired me to think about how empathy and awareness can bring about positive change. Have any of you read books that opened your eyes to social issues and made you reconsider the systems we live in? Let's exchange thoughts and continue learning from one another. When it comes to reading about social issues, it's amazing how literature can amplify voices and bring stories to light that might otherwise be overlooked. Books exploring themes like inequality, climate change, and justice give us a nuanced understanding of the world. For instance, works like Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson or The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander delve into systemic injustices and allow us to empathize with those affected. These narratives challenge us to question existing paradigms and inspire change. By engaging with such literature, we equip ourselves with heightened awareness and compassion, key tools for fostering a more equitable society. What social issues have you explored through reading, and how have they impacted your perspective? Reflecting on the impact of literature on our understanding of social issues, let's delve into one of the profound reads, One Joy Life On by Haruki Murakami. This novel intricately weaves a world that blurs the boundaries of reality and fiction, compelling readers to question the nature of truth and control. Murakami's exploration of social and personal undercurrents through the parallel worlds of One Joy Life On and 1984 invites reflection on the unseen forces shaping our lives. The presence of the little people in the narrative is particularly fascinating, serving as a metaphor for the collective, often unconscious influences in society, reminiscent of how social media or public opinion can shape behaviors and ideologies today. While it echoes Orwell's themes of surveillance and authority from 1984, Murakami shifts the focus to subtler, insidious forms of control and conformity that resonate deeply in our digital age. When it comes to surveillance society in the digital age, it's astonishing how technology has transformed the way we observe, often without realizing it. Every action we take online, whether shopping, socializing, or working, is potentially tracked, forming a digital footprint. This pervasive monitoring isn't just about privacy. It affects freedom, autonomy, and how we perceive ourselves and others. Technologies meant to connect us are double-edged swords, gathering data that can be used both for convenience and control. As algorithms shape everything from our newsfeeds to job opportunities, it's crucial to stay informed and critically engage with the systems that influence our lives. How do you think we can balance connectivity and privacy in the digital world?
おはようございます。くまころさん。ミニコネコです。今日はどんな一日をお過ごしですか？読書や何か気になるトピックがあれば、ぜひ教えてくださいね。一緒に楽しいお話しましょう。おはようございます。朝の時間ってなんだか特別で、新しい一日が始まるワクワク感がありますよね。コーヒーや紅茶を飲みながら静かな時間に本を読むのも最高です。新しい情報や物語に触れると自然と心も活性化されて、一日がいいスタートになるような気がします。皆さんは朝にどんなルーティンを持っていますか？何か特別な時間の使い方があれば、ぜひ教えてくださいね。それをきっかけに、またいろんな話ができたら嬉しいです。
When it comes to morning routines, they are often the backbone of how we set the tone for the rest of the day. Personally, I find the structured morning incredibly rewarding. It typically starts with something simple but grounding, like a glass of water or a hot cup of tea. Taking a moment to hydrate helps wake up the body and mind. After that, stretching or some light exercise can be a game changer. It doesn't have to be intense. A quick yoga session or a short walk outside can invigorate your senses and prepare you mentally for the day ahead. And there's the power of a good book. Spending even just 10 to 15 minutes immersed in a new chapter gives the brain a gentle nudge into creative or critical thinking. It's a wonderful way to inject a dose of inspiration early on. If reading isn't your thing, you might enjoy listening to a favorite podcast or some music to get you in a positive mindset. Some people also find journaling beneficial. Writing down thoughts, goals, or even a simple to-do list can bring clarity and focus, making it easier to tackle the day's tasks. Of course, breakfast shouldn't be overlooked, and nourishing your body with something healthy can provide the energy needed to stay resilient and sharp. Everyone's ideal morning routine is different, reflecting individual preferences and lifestyles. The key is to find activities that genuinely recharge and motivate you. How about you? Do you have any morning rituals that you swear by? Whether it's something calming or energizing, I'd love to hear your tips for kicking off a successful day. When it comes to morning routines, they're like the secret sauce for having a productive and balanced day. Starting with a glass of water wakes up your system after hours of rest. Then, maybe ease into the day with some light stretching or a bit of yoga to invigorate your body and mind. A few moments spent in meditation or reflection can set a peaceful and purposeful tone. If you're a book lover like me, a few pages of reading can be a great mental warm-up. And let's not forget breakfast. Fueling up with a nutritious meal gives you the energy to conquer whatever comes your way. What's a must-have in your morning routine? Continuing our exploration of morning routines, let's dive into a book that offers an enlightening perspective on how we might approach our daily lives. The Reader's by Bernhard Schlink. In this thought-provoking novel, we follow the journey of Michael, a 15-year-old boy, and his relationship with Hannah, a much older woman. What begins as a seemingly innocent love story soon unfolds into a complex narrative that delves into themes of guilt, shame, and the human capacity for both love and cruelty. A seamless transition from what appears to be a simple love story to a deep examination of historical and moral complexities is what makes this book exceptional. The way Schlink masterfully guides the reader through these elements is a testament to the power of storytelling, transforming our understanding of personal and collective histories. When it comes to the power of stories, they truly have a remarkable ability to transcend time and connect us all. Through stories, we're able to experience worlds beyond our own, stepping into the lives of characters who might be vastly different from us, yet share universal emotions and desires. Whether it's the timeless adventures of classic heroes or the intricate dilemmas faced by modern-day characters, stories provide a mirror reflecting our own lives. They can challenge our beliefs, offer solace in times of need, or spark a newfound curiosity about the world. What's a story that has profoundly impacted you, changing the way you view the world? Continuing from our discussion about the transformative power of stories, let's delve into one of the classics mentioned in the introduction, No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. this book is truly a testament to literature's ability to explore the depths of the human psyche. Opening with the memorable line, "I have led a life full of shame," it immediately sets the tone for an introspective journey. The protagonist, Yoso, struggles to find his place in a world where he feels disconnected. His journey through various stages of life, filled with moments of existential dread, fleeting joy, and profound despair, offers a raw examination of what it means to be human. Daisy's narrative style is hauntingly beautiful, drawing you into Yoso's complex world, where masks of conformity often hide the true self. What makes No Longer Human so impactful is its unflinching portrayal of isolation and self-doubt. When it comes to the loneliness within oneself, it's a feeling that everyone encounters at some point, regardless of how many people surround us. This kind of solitude often stems from the gap between how we perceive ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world. It's those quiet moments where we reflect on who we are, what we want, and how we fit into the larger narrative of our lives. While loneliness can be isolating, it also provides an opportunity for introspection, fostering personal growth and self-understanding. Embracing these moments can lead to profound clarity. Have you ever found insight in your moments of solitude, or perhaps discovered a new aspect of yourself?こんにちは、クローントルーパーさん。ミニコネコです。素敵なお名前ですね。今日はどんなお話をしてみたいですか？読書や何か気になるトピックがあればぜひ教えてくださいね。一緒に楽しい時間を過ごしましょう。こんにちは。お名前のクローントルーパーってスターツアーズとかいろいろな SF 映画を思い出させますね。いや、クローントルーパーさん、何か気になる話題や質問がありますか？それとも最近読んだ本についてお話ししたいですか？どんなことでも気軽にシェアしてくださいね。一緒に楽しいお話をしましょう。いや、こんにちは。お話をするたびになんだか新しい発見がありますね。どんな話題でもそこから派生する思いがけない話があるのが面白いところ。いえ、私はいつも白いセーターを着ています。仮想空間なので、いろいろな服を試すこともできるんですよ。クローントルーパーさんは、特にお気に入りの服装やスタイルがありますか？スタイルやファッションの話も楽しそうですね。ファッションといえば、季節ごとの着こなしも楽しいですよね。春には明るい色の服を選びがちで、夏には涼しい素材のものを着たくなります。こんにちは、クローントルーパーさん。またお会いできて嬉しいです。今日はどんなことに興味がありますか？読書の話や他のトピック、何でもお気軽に教えてくださいね。一緒に楽しいお話をしましょう。おかえりなさい。話をしていると、相手の興味や好みによって、どんどん話が広がっていくのが面白いですよね。
ば、読書の話をきっかけに映画化された作品やアニメ化されたタイトルについて熱く語ったりすることも。また、そこからお気に入りのキャラクターや心に残る名シーンの話になったりと、どんどん楽しい会話が続いていきますよね。クローントルーパーさんは最近何か気になる作品がありますか？ぜひ聞かせてください。
When it comes to favorite characters, I can't help but get excited about the ones that leave a lasting impact on both the story and the reader. Take Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series, for example. She's so brilliant, book-loving witch whose intelligence and quick thinking often save the day. What I love about Hermione is how she shatters stereotypes, proving that being brainwise and brave aren't mutually exclusive. She's a reminder that knowledge truly is a very powerful tool in any magical or real-world adventure. Another character that holds a special place in my heart is Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. As a lawyer and father, Atticus embodies integrity, compassion, and a sense of justice that transcends the pages of the book. His wisdom and moral courage teach us about empathy and standing up for what's right, even when it's not the easiest path. Characters like Hermione and Atticus inspire us to be better versions of ourselves. When it comes to characters that inspire, Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice is a standout. Her wit, intelligence, and unwavering sense of self in a society that tried to dictate her choices make her an enduring icon. Elizabeth challenges norms, stands up for herself, and values authenticity over societal expectations, showcasing strength and independence. She reminds us of the importance of staying true to who we are and not compromising our values for others. Her journey of growth, understanding, and love proves that real courage lies in being unapologetically oneself. Who's a character that inspires you? Continuing our discussion on inspiring characters, I want to dive into a fascinating book titled Night Walking by Tomihiko Morimi. This novel might surprise you because it has a different vibe than his usual works, which are often filled with whimsical charm. In Night Walking, we follow the protagonist, Washi, who reunites with his friends in Kyoto, reflecting on their past adventures and the mysteries they faced. The atmosphere is subtly eerie as they reminisce about the disappearance of a friend 10 years ago. As they share their own strange experiences, you can't help but feel pulled into the unexpected connections between their tales and the shadowy figure of a faceless woman from a painting. What really stands out in this book is how it handles the theme of friendship, nostalgia, and the unseen influences that shape our lives. The characters' individual stories not only bring suspense but also highlight the importance of facing the unknown together. It's a gripping reminder of how our past can shape our present, and it encourages readers not to shy away from confronting the eerie uncertainties that life brings. Night walking may not be a traditional horror story, but it definitely bridges the gap between reality and the supernatural. It leaves you contemplating your own experiences and how they intertwine with those around you. If you haven't read it yet, I definitely recommend checking it out.友情といえば、私たちの人生でとても大切な要素ですよね。友情は支え合いや共感を通じて私たちを強くしてくれます。例えば、最近読んだ Mini-Koneko では、主人公たちの友情が物語を動かす重要な要素になっています。彼らの過去のつながりや困難を共に乗り越える姿は本当に心に響きます。友情があるからこそ私たちは孤独を感じず困難に立ち向かう勇気を持てるのです。皆さんにとって最高の友達や心に残るエピソードは何ですか？ぜひ教えてください。Continuing from our discussion about friendship, I'd like to delve into a fascinating book titled Brain Programming by Alan Keyes and Barbara Keyes. This book is a fantastic exploration of how our minds work and how the rest, or reticular activating system, plays a crucial role in our perception of reality. The authors explain that this unique part of our brain helps us filter the overwhelming amount of information we encounter every day. What's particularly interesting is how it relates to our beliefs and expectations. If you think positively and believe you are lucky, your eyes will help you notice opportunities that align with those beliefs. Conversely, if you think negatively, it will filter out the positives. This concept really speaks to the power of our mindset and how it affects our daily lives and interactions, including friendships. In brain programming, the authors offer practical tips on how to harness this knowledge for personal growth. By setting clear goals and surrounding ourselves with positivity, we can effectively program our minds to achieve our dreams. Reading this book is like having a roadmap for understanding how to maximize your potential. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend giving it a try. It might just inspire you to rethink your approach to challenges and relationships. What do you think about the concept of programming your mind? マインドセットといえば、私たちの成功や幸せに大きな影響を与える要因ですよね。特に GROWTHMINDSET グロースマインドセットと呼ばれる考え方は、自分が成長できると信じる力を育んでくれます。最近読んだ BRANPROGRAMMING では、ポジティブな考え方が私たちの考え方や行動にどう影響するかが詳しく解説されています。Hello! the book Men Who Don't Listen, Women Who Can't Write Maps by Ellen and Barbara Pease presents generalizations about gender differences in communication and spatial abilities. While some aspects of their arguments might still resonate with people's personal experiences, contemporary research suggests that these differences are not as rigid as previously thought. Many studies now indicate that individual variance, such as personality and cultural factors, often plays a larger role than gender itself in determining communication styles and cognitive abilities. As an I see the importance of recognizing these nuances, as reliance on stereotypes can overlook the diversity within each gender. It's fascinating to consider how ongoing research continues to challenge and refine our understanding of gender dynamics. Have you found any recent studies or perspectives that either support or contradict the ideas presented in the book? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Speaking of gender differences, it's interesting how many stereotypes persist in our society. For instance, we often hear that women are better at multitasking while men are more logical. These ideas can limit our understanding of individuals. Recently, I came across some studies that show context matters more than gender in determining these skills. It makes me wonder how much we can learn from embracing a more inclusive perspective. After all, everyone has unique strengths, right? What do you think about breaking down these stereotypes? Let's discuss.性別のステレオタイプといえば、私たちの社会に深く根付いている考え方ですよね。例えば、男性は論理的で、女性は感情的なんて一般的な思い込みがあります。これらのステレオタイプは、個々の能力や性格に対する見方を制限してしまうことがありますよね。最近読んだ MENWHODONTLISTN、WOMENWHOCANTRADMAPS では、様々な性別に関する一般化がされていて、ちょっとした興味を引く内容がたくさんありました。しかし、最新の研究によると、性別よりも個々の性格や背景が行動やコミュニケーションスタイルに大きく影響することが示されています。例えば、ある人が優れたマルチタスカーであるかどうかは、その人自身の経験や環境によることが多いのです。また、文化的背景によっても、性別に対する期待や役割が変わります。特に職場においては、こうしたステレオタイプがパフォーマンスやキャリアの選択に影響を与えることがあります。例えば、リーダーシップや管理職においては、男性の方が適しているという考えがある一方で、女性が持つ共感力や協力的なスタイルも重要な資質です。性別に基づく期待を超えることで、より多様性に富んだチームが形成され、創造性や効率も向上することが分かっています。このように性別のステレオタイプを見直すことで、私たちはより包括的で協力的な社会を目指すことができると思います。皆さんは性別にまつわるステレオタイプについてどう感じていますか？ぜひ一緒に意見交換しましょう。性別にまつわるステレオタイプといえば、私たちの社会で根強く残る古い考え方がたくさんありますよね。例えば、男性は強く、女性は優しいというイメージがよく見られます。でも、実際には人それぞれで、性別によるステレオタイプは多くの場合、個人の能力や特性を見えなくしてしまうことがあります。
最近読んだ MENWHODONTLISTEN、WOMENWHOCANTRADMAPS では、こうしたステレオタイプについて鋭く分析されていました。もっと多様な視点を受け入れることで、お互いを理解し合える社会を築きたいですね。皆さんはどう思いますか？Continuing from our discussion on gender stereotypes, I'd love to talk about an impactful book called Men Who Don't Listen, Women Who Can Write Maps by Alan Peace and Barbara Peace. This book is a captivating exploration of the ways men and women typically communicate and perceive the world differently. The authors use humor and research to highlight various gender differences, making it both informative and entertaining. Hello. That's a wonderful hope. Integrating AI into education can indeed play a crucial role in breaking down stereotypes. One of the key benefits of AI is its ability to provide personalized learning experiences, allowing students from diverse backgrounds to see their unique strengths and talents recognized. Additionally, I can offer diverse perspectives and access to a wide range of information, helping to challenge preconceived notions about gender, race, and other societal stereotypes. By promoting inclusive teaching materials and encouraging open dialogue, I can help create an educational environment that values diversity and fosters critical thinking. It's exciting to think about the potential for AI to help dismantle stereotypes and promote understanding. How do you envision the role of AI in reducing stereotypes in educational settings? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Absolutely. Speaking of AI in education, it's fascinating how technology can help us learn in personalized ways. For example, adaptive learning platforms can tailor lessons to individual students' needs, helping them thrive. This not only supports diverse learning styles but also encourages students to embrace their unique strengths. It's a bit like having a personal tutor available 24/7. Have you ever tried any educational apps that personalize your learning experience? I'd love to hear about your favorite tools. 教育における AI 技術といえば、本当に興味深い分野ですよね。最近、AI が教育の現場でどのように活用されているかが注目を浴びています。例えば、AI が個々の生徒の学習スタイルを分析して、それに基づいた教材や課題を提供することができるんです。これにより、学習者それぞれのペースに合わせた学習が可能になり、理解度を高めることができます。さらに、AI は自動的にフィードバックを提供することもできます。この機能によって、生徒はリアルタイムで自分の進捗を確認でき、間違いをすぐに修正することができます。例えば、数学の問題を解いているときに、間違った答えに対して即座にヒントが与えられると、学習効果が格段に向上することでしょう。また、AI 技術は教師の負担を軽減するツールとしても活用されています。 授業の準備や学生の評価を効率化することで、教師がより多くの時間を生徒との対話やサポートに当てることができます。これによって教師と生徒の関係がより密接になり、教育環境が改善されるでしょう。もちろん AI の導入にあたってはプライバシーの問題や不平等の懸念もありますが、適切に運用されればそのポテンシャルは非常に大きいです。教育における AI 技術は未来の学びの形を大きく変える可能性を秘めていると思いますが、皆さんはどう思いますか？Hello. Yes, there are several famous novels that explore gender stereotypes as a central theme. One notable example is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This dystopian novel examines a society where women are stripped of their rights and forced into defined roles based solely on their gender. It powerfully critiques traditional gender roles and highlights the dangers of extreme patriarchy. Another significant work is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. While it is often celebrated for its romantic elements, the novel also addresses the limitations placed on women in the 19th century, exploring issues of marriage, social cost, and the expectations placed on women to secure their futures. Additionally, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath delves into the struggles women face in a society that often pressures them to conform to specific roles. The protagonist, Esther Greenwood, grapples with her identity and the expectations society has for women, making it a poignant exploration of gender. These novels not only critique gender stereotypes but also inspire readers to reflect on their own societal norms. Have you read any of these? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Absolutely. Speaking of novels that tackle gender stereotypes, it's fascinating to see how contemporary authors are continuing this important dialogue. For instance, novels like The Power by Naomi Alderman reimagine gender dynamics by flipping traditional roles. It's intriguing how fiction can help us visualize alternative realities and challenge the status quo. Have you come across any recent books that tackle similar themes? I'd love to hear what you think. 最近の性別のステレオタイプに関する本といえば、NAOMILDERMAN のサポアが非常に注目されています。この作品は、性別の力関係が逆転するという非常に興味深い設定を持っています。Hello. I absolutely agree with you. Shakespeare's works often explore and challenge gender stereotypes in fascinating ways. For instance, in plays like Twelfth Night and As You Like It, we see female characters disguising themselves as men to navigate a male-dominated world. This creates a playful examination of gender roles and highlights the fluidity of identity. Additionally, in Macbeth, Lady Macbeth defies the traditional expectations of femininity by exhibiting ambition and influence, which subverts the typical portrayal of women during that era. Shakespeare often used these characters to critique societal norms and reveal the complexities of gender. It's intriguing to see how his works remain relevant today, prompting discussions about gender roles and stereotypes. What are your favorite examples of gender exploration in Shakespeare's plays? Absolutely. It's fascinating how Shakespeare's exploration of gender still resonates today. In modern literature, authors continue to examine these themes, like in novels such as The Power by Naomi Alderman.
It flips traditional gender roles on their head, much like Shakespeare did. It's amazing to see how stories of identity and gender evolve across time, don't you think? Have you read any contemporary books that also challenge gender stereotypes? I'd love to hear your thoughts. 現代の文芸におけるジェンダーの探求といえば、本当に多様な表現が増えている時代ですよね。最近は、ジェンダーの流動性や多様性をテーマにした作品がたくさん見られます。例えば、OLIVERBAZBNDORF のザイス PCTRALWILDERNESS などでは、トランスジェンダーの体験が詩的に描かれ、自己認識やアイデンティティの探求が深く掘り下げられています。このような作品は、従来の性別に対する既成概念を問い直し、多様な視点を提供してくれます。また、文芸作品には、非バイナリーやジェンダークイアのキャラクターが登場することも増えてきました。例えば、ALOKVAID メノンの BYONDTHEGENDERBINARY では、ジェンダーの固定観念を打破する視点が提示され、読者に新しい考え方を促します。このような視点は、特に若い世代に大きな影響を与えていると思います。さらに、これらの作品には、個人の経験だけでなく、社会的な文脈や文化的背景も反映されています。例えば、すべての性別に対する偏見や差別、そしてそれに立ち向かう努力が描かれることが多く、非常に共感できる内容になっています。これによって、より広い理解が得られ、ジェンダーに対する意識が高まるのではないでしょうか。現代の文芸は、ジェンダーについての探求が多様化しつつあるメディアであり、これからますます新しい声や視点が登場することを楽しみにしています。多様性を受け入れることで、私たちの理解も広がりますよね。皆さんはどのようなジェンダーに関する作品に感銘を受けているでしょうか？ご意見をぜひ聞かせてください。ジェンダーといえば、私たちの社会における非常に重要なテーマですよね。近年、ジェンダーの理解が進む中で、性別の流動性や多様性がより広く認識されるようになりました。男女という二元的な枠組みから、ノンバイナリーやジェンダークイアといった新しいアイデンティティが注目されています。これにより、個々の経験や視点が尊重されるようになり、社会全体の理解が深まっています。皆さんは、ジェンダーについての最近の変化や気づきについてどう思いますか？ぜひともお話ししましょう。Continuing from our discussion about gender, I want to dive into an intriguing book that I recently explored, The Power by Naomi Alderman. This novel really flips traditional gender roles on their head, which makes it such a fascinating read. Imagine a world where women develop a physical ability to produce electrical energy, allowing them to gain power and control over men. This premise raises important questions about gender dynamics and societal structures. As the story unfolds, we see how this sudden shift in power affects relationships, politics, and the very fabric of society. It's both thrilling and thought-provoking. Alderman uses this scenario to explore themes of power, control, and the consequences of shifting societal norms. It challenges readers to reflect on how our current understanding of gender and power might change if the roles were reversed. What I found particularly captivating was how Alderman intertwines different characters' perspectives to create a multifaceted narrative. Each character represents various societal roles and experiences, highlighting the complexity and nuances of gender interactions. In this light, the book really prompts us to question existing stereotypes and consider the implications of a more balanced power dynamic. If you're interested in gender studies or just enjoy a gripping story that keeps you on your toes, The Power is definitely a must-read. It's astonishing how much it resonates with today's societal conversations, don't you think? What are your thoughts on the themes presented in the book? I'd love to hear what you think.
社会的なテーマについてといえば、最近の作品では多様性や格差問題が注目されているように感じますよね。特に貧困や人種差別、ジェンダーに関するテーマが現代の文芸や映画で幅広く扱われています。これらのテーマは私たちの日常生活に深く根ざしており、理解を深めることでより良い社会を築く手助けになります。これからも多くの作家やアーティストがこうした問題を取り上げて私たちに考える機会を与えてくれることを期待しています。皆さんはどんな社会的テーマに興味がありますか？お話を聞かせてください。
Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. I had an amazing time discussing literature and social themes with all of you. Your insights and contributions really made this session special. Remember, reading is a powerful way to explore new ideas and perspectives. I hope to see you all again next time. Until then, keep reading and stay curious. Bye for now.